What's up, Legends fans? My name is Biki, and these are the videos, these are the moments that make me absolutely says, I love this game! You guys know it out there, when you're playing a TCG, a CCG, or even if you're playing with the physical version of card games, and you'll have that hand, you'll have that match, it just makes me like, this is why I put so much time and effort into this game. This is why I do this, for these feelings, for this match. And I got one of those matches to showcase for you guys today. It's been a long time since I just came on here and just showed you some great gameplay. Some fun, awesome match. And I tell you, it's going to be a fun, awesome match. Now, before that, guys, I just want to give some quick shout out to the community out there that's giving me some responses about the deck that I put together for this brand new Gauntlet Rumble for all common decks. So I really want to shout him out right here. He sent me a message, and a few of others have sent me some messages on Twitter as well. Feel free to message me on Twitter, Legends-Decks, or on any other platforms in the comments, and I'll try to help you guys out with your deck builds. I know I've been getting a lot of messages, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to reply to everybody and give you guys suggestions, but I just want to shout this comment out right now. This is talking about the deck that I posted up for you guys a few days ago, showcasing that all common deck. He went 7-1, got to rank 300 with a deck I made in the Gauntlet Melee. I love hearing from you guys, and I love hearing how you guys went while using the decks that I went ahead and built. And if you guys don't know the deck I was talking about, I'll just slap that on screen right now. So if you need a deck real quick to run in the Gauntlet Melee for this weekend, here it is. It's a mid-range assassin, and the reason I went with this type of deck is because I was figuring many players are going to play super aggro. This has its own aggro ability as well, but it does do some defensiveness using Scholar and a few other cards in here as guards and just gaining some health back. Just little tiny things. Use it if you like, but I'm glad that people out there are going 7-1 with something I put together. But this is not the deck that I'm actually going to be using for today's video. We have something a lot more fun. I went with a warrior deck. Now let's get into the game and show you guys right now. Now guys, this is a recording, and I do want to apologize off the bat. I did make one big mistake, and I'm just like, I'm basically gonna have to throw away the whole entire run for this video. I'm only gonna show you this one match because I didn't record my audio. Yeah, I didn't record the audio. Unfortunately, my audio settings were set to the wrong device, and I don't have any background audio for this match. No sound effects. My audio didn't record, so now I have to do voiceover. I was doing this live, and unfortunately, it just... damn. But let's get into the match. I'll do my best commentary I can possibly, and I have a little bit of Legends music in the background, so it's not all just muted. So what I'm playing with right now, guys, this is an East March Empire deck. It's all about turning your big hulking creatures like Iron Scale Dragons, the big old mammoth, into guards. That's a whole entire possible outcome of this deck, and my opponent's playing a scout deck at the moment. Now my hand off the bat, I was like very not happy with it. You know, we got Gatekeeper in here, we have Enchanted Plate. I don't have anything I could play on my first turn or my second turn off of this moment, but because I was playing against a scout deck, I figured a scout deck is going to be playing for the long game as well. And just letting everybody know, this is a 15-minute match. It's a long match, but it's one of my best. I just love this. Like I said, guys, these are the long drawn-out stuff, the interesting matches that I was just like, it was going back and forth. Like, am I going to be able to pull off this win? Are they going to be able to pull off this win? Now I'm thinking he puts out Windkeeper Spell Sword on turn 2. I'm like, okay, that's a very dangerous creature right now. Like, I don't have really nothing to stop this. Most of my creatures cost too much, and I was like, you know what? I'm playing an East Empire Crafter deck. It's all common. I got to play into what I know my deck's about. So I said, you know what? I'm going to play this card into the right lane, into the shadow lane, into cover. Now, I was thinking about trading with East Empire Crafter, but I was thinking at the same time, I do not want to lose, Windkeeper Spell Sword, I don't want to lose my creature. I didn't want to, so I said, you know what? I'll take the damage early game. I'll get hit early game. Let's just hope he doesn't play into something like Silence or anything like that. But he goes with Greybeard, so he gets to go draw himself a shout. I was like, okay, that's a quite interesting move. Just in case my opponent is playing some way of basically killing my creature pretty quickly, I was just like, you know what, let's not take any damage. I'm going to play Gatekeeper in the right lane and just protect my Crafter. You know, making it a 4/4 is pretty strong right there. I can attack directly. I don't get to break a rune, and then Greybeard will be able to trade with my Gatekeeper, keeping Crafter alive. Unfortunately, I had no way to really contest Windkeeper Spell Sword, which I knew definitely was a problem, but I was getting a little closer and closer to being able to play those 6-cost mammoths. Now, next up, I get myself the Warden. The Warden was a really great draw right here. So I play Warden right there, get it to get powered up. keep him on Crafter in defense. Now the reason I want to do this, I need to keep Crafter alive to get those mammoths the best thing I possibly can. Power up Gatekeeper, and I purposely, I know some of you guys would have probably put Gatekeeper on the left side to trade with Windkeeper Spell Sword so that it loses his ward, but let's just make sure for 100% fact that he trades with Gatekeeper and loses that creature. I just want to have 2 defensive creatures there, guards, protecting Crafter. I wanted Crafter alive for the later part of this match because, oh man, does this match get super interesting. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. My opponent plays out his own Crafter. I was like, no, this is gonna kind of get crazy. Now I gotta get something over on the left side to start trying to contest East Empire Crafter. So I go right into it. Big old mammoth, and this is why I definitely wanted these mammoths in my deck, because I very much is heavily based around purple cards. There's 30 purple cards in this deck, so that means that there's only 20 red cards in the deck. So you have a high chance of actually getting the ally ability to happen to draw the extra card. He goes ahead with Drain Vitality, smart move right there. Now he has a better chance of actually going ahead and trading and trying to take care of this creature right here. And he powers up, obviously, his Drain Vitality. Don't blame my opponent for doing this one bit. And I really, once again, I'm so sorry that there is just like no gameplay audio in the background. You can't hear any sound effects from all the stuff happening. But some of you guys have probably played the game long enough to know what it sounds like anyways. So my Mammoth is going to just go ahead, is going to leave him with 4. And then I'm just like, you know what, well, let's play into Iron Scale Dragon. Even if he plays a Drain Vitality next turn, Iron Scale Dragon will still be a 6/6 with Regenerate, a fairly powerful creature. Now my opponent still is looking really good right now. His bear is right there, very powerful. It's not looking great for me. He has a good amount of ways to trade with my creatures right now, and I'm just not feeling good. I'm like, but my hand is like, well, I have the Zealots, I have Start Will Ally, and I have a pretty good defensive ability in my right lane right now because I have the Regenerate in my right lane. I was feeling so good, but then my opponent comes out with a second Crafter. I was like, no, not now, man. This is not what I need at this very second. And then he puts out the big old orb standing in my way. So this is where I felt so good that I finally kept that Enchanted Plate all this time. The whole entire time too, I was afraid my opponent was going to silence my creature, but that just never happened. But anyways, put the Enchanted Plate on my Warden, makes it basically making it have a 9 health. Now the Orc can't trade with him, so keeping my Crafter alive, but still putting some pressures in the left lane and keeping my hand healthy. And as you guys will see later on in the game, I'm just trying to keep cards in my hand because I need to keep these big creatures in my hand to keep throwing them out, turning them into guards. So my opponent technically has a better setup than me, having 2 Crafters, but on my right lane I have a pretty good setup myself by having a Regenerate on my creature, and I'm not going to force myself to trade. I'm just going to sit there and wait it out and hope that I could draw either another Crafter or one of the cards I have in my deck as a removal. But I'm just going to keep on trying to get to his Crafters as much as possible, because right now we're both at 26 health. And the situation looks very interesting. Like, he's thinking, what card do I play out next? And I know I have creatures in my deck that have lethal, so I'm like, okay, if I get one of my lethal creatures, it might work out quite well right here. But at the same exact time, even though my opponent went ahead and plays Mentor of the Watch, really great card right there, he could turn another creature into a guard that might not have enough health to take effect by East Empire Crafter. But anyways, I knew if I got one of my my creatures that had lethal, my opponent is playing Drain Vitality, I might lose that creature immediately. So I just wanted to keep my strong creatures out there, keep cards into my hand, and keep my creatures alive. So we have Stormcloak Vanguard right here. Not going to be insanely useful at this very second, so I'm just going to have to be like, okay, I'll work with it from what we have right now. Like, I still need to get some more creatures out in the left side, so I'll just go right there, powers it up, boom. Now, obviously, I'm going to lose Dark Guardian here. It's going to suck, but I prefer to keep the guards in the left lane. I want to keep the pressure in my left lane because I want my opponent's attention in the left lane. If I start putting creatures in the right lane, then he gets the advantage technically, because then he could start playing those bigger creatures over there to take care of my Crafter. By keeping pressure on the left lane, he has to respond to the left. As much as I don't have the greatest defense ever in the right lane, if I just keep putting pressure on the left lane, he's going to have to keep playing into the left lane as hard as possible, because the moment I play into the right lane, he's just going to take the advantage from me while having 2 Crafters in the left lane. That's what my thought here. Here we go. Here comes my creature with lethal. Once again, I was thinking about the possibility that it was not going to work out quite well for me with Drain Vitality. We don't know if he has it in his hand right now. And that was another good thing I did by putting the Drain Vitality, by putting what's it called again? By putting it in the right lane, right? I figured as much that if he had Drain Vitality, he would use it over there. And even if he had Drain Vitality right now, he was not going to be using Drain Vitality on my good old Warden, because Warden at this very moment had 9. Even Drain Vitality there would not give it enough to actually go ahead and kill me. And I know my deck. I have a lot of basically push ability, because I have Org in this deck. Giving a creature +5 damage is definitely going to help me out. Now he came out with the Drain Bat. Now the Drain Bat is definitely a good move, because obviously if he's running stuff like, you know, Soul's Tear, he could get Drain back from the graveyard, power it up. Once Soul Tear powers up, and then go into face like that could definitely help out, or whatever he might want to do right here. So Iron Scale Dragon, boom, with that regenerate means I have to kill Iron Scale on the next following turn. And obviously, like this whole time I was thinking this was going to happen, and I was 100% correct. Drain Vitality comes out, takes care of my my lethal creature. So I didn't want it to happen like that, but it happened. So what? I had to take it, but it was a possibility. By putting it in the right lane, if it didn't get Drain Vitality, at least I would be able to get rid of that orc that's in my way, and just might kill my, you know, my crafter. And I wanted to put the in case of anything, I wanted to put that enchanted plate on my crafter just to keep her a little bit alive. So here we go with my good old big creature right here. So I gotta think about how am I gonna best address the situation. My opponent now also has Windkeeper Spellsword as a guard reward. Oh, that hurts, but that was what, you know, happened earlier in the match. So let's say, you know what, let's just go ahead and take care of big old Iron Scale Dragon. We have the rush right there. We're gonna go ahead into the Org to take out the good old Orc. Boom, perfectly great trade. With my opponent hand now at the moment only having 1 card, I felt the tide of the match turning, because I'm like, you know what? I've been playing pretty well by keeping cards into my hand. I'm not going to break a rune. In a common deck, you don't have to worry about having the health advantage against stuff like this. It's just not the way the match really don't work. My opponent plays a Word Wall and powers up, I think he powers up a card in his hand. I just got to see right now. Yes, he does, and Soul Tear, so he Soul Tears back into Iron Scale Dragon, which is what I would have done as well, and getting that powered up. So next time he plays, it's going to be pretty powerful, whatever creature comes back with Soul Tear. But right here, bam, bam, that is 11-11, ladies and gentlemen. 11-11 Iron Scale Dragon with Regenerate. Now, obviously, if you look at it real right away, it's like, what should I get back from the graveyard? And I was like, you know what? I don't think it's time to attack yet, so I wait on right there, and I decided to really think this out. Should I kill Iron Scale Dragon? And I said, you know what? I think the smartest move for me to do is to actually kill Iron Scale. I make Zealot into a guard, making sure that she's going to have ability to die later on. And then I just, you know what? I just have to do it. I have to kill Iron Scale Dragon. It's just too powerful of a creature to leave alive, and I'm just not going to have a good ability to take care of it later on. And get him back, even from the graveyard, I could have got back my creature with lethal. I just didn't think it was the right time to do it. Get another powerful creature right there into a guard. It worked out real well. So that's why Stormcloak Vanguard is there, guys. Stormcloak Vanguard is so that it dies and then turns these creatures into 6/6 with East Empire Crafter. So my opponent still is running out of cards, but he's playing cards like, you know, like, what the heck? These good recruit putting stuff in their hand, and I'm like, no, just run out of cards. Make it my advantage. Make it so that I always have the cards. And then he plays into a Caveman. Every time I feel like I'm just getting ahead, he gets that 1 extra card protecting his crafters every single time. So right there, I trade with Windkeeper Spellsword. Look in my graveyard one more time just to see what will be the best choice right now. And I actually go with the Mammoth. Now, the reason for this is I wanted to keep the card advantage. I did not want to ever run out of cards. I know some people might have went with Zealot. Some people might have even went with Orc or Iron Scale Dragon. I did not. I wanted to make sure when I went for the win, I go for the win. I'm going to go for that victory. Take out my opponent. So here we go, guys. One more time. A very high possible chance. Like I said, 30 of the cards in this deck are all endurance creatures. With so many of them being endurance creatures, I had a high possibility to keep cards in my hand. So I get to play a creature, and at the same exact time, get another creature, and get another card back in my hand. Now, this is one of the situations I was really thinking about, and I think I felt like I made a mistake. I could have kept Windkeeper Spellsword and maybe turn her into a guard myself using one of my prophecy cards, the one that, you know, prophecy and turn the creature into a guard. But I figured, you know what, because it has ward and the situation is it's gonna have 2 health or left, I was like, you know what, it's probably a good enough time to play, get the free trade right there. But unfortunately, once again, my opponent gets super lucky. This is why it's such a good thing I haven't really been trading and breaking, not trading, breaking any runes at the moment, because at this point right now, all I gotta do is just start putting some really good pressure on my opponent. So now I feel like, okay, he can't get lucky again, man. I just don't feel it happening. So I go ahead and end my turn. I don't play any of the cards. I didn't feel like it was proper for me to play any of the cards. And I felt like at this point I have to start being able to draw another East Empire Crafter. There's no way. I have 3 of them in the deck. I have to be able to draw another one, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me keep Dark Guardian. So if I play Dark Guardian, maybe I'll have a little bit of luck and then get another one in play. But then he gets another Orc protecting him one more time. I'm like, yo, how lucky can you get? But still, we got the hit right here with Zealot. And I was like, you know what, I think this is a good enough time to play the Battle Axe, Heavy Battle Axes. It keeps him alive 1 more turn. And I could trade there. Then I could play right there, the Orc. Play Stalwart Ally. Ally does not actually get any effect from Crafter, but that's fine. We just wanted another creature there just to help a little bit of burst to hopefully do some damage against Crafter, because I was really hoping in this turn my opponent did not get a whole nother big Iron Scale Dragon, which apparently he did not. So this worked out quite well, and then I drew on my East Empire Crafter. I was like, the tides of this match has turned. But guys, just look how great Warden worked out for me, man. That card just saved my butt so hard this whole entire time in the right lane, playing Enchanted Plate. My opponent didn't play any Enchanted Plate, and I just felt like having that card. I only run 2 Enchanted Plate in this version of the deck, and I just felt like running 2 of them was just a necessity, because that little extra health of +3 really does work out quite well in the right situation, man. So Warden worked out quite well right there. Lurking Mommy in the left lane into an Org seems pretty well for me. And then we got Mentor of the Watch right there. Ally, we're going to hit for 2 right here. And then we're going to put Mentor of the Watch, turn him into a guard. And turn. I didn't feel like breaking any runes. Now, I didn't feel like my opponent's playing that heavily into prophecies, but he clearly just played the Mommy, and the Mommy's a prophecy card, so he has some Mommy prophecy cards. So I would have been really hurt if he would have got another Mommy by prophecy when I broke the rune next. So I said, no, I'll wait. He gets his last East Empire Crafter. I feel pretty good about that, because now I can go ahead and take care of that situation right now. It kind of forces me to do this. I wanted to go to face with this damage, but I was like, you know what? I have to play smart, so I put it on the Ally. Ally becomes an 8. Let's go ahead and trade right there. Boom. Now I'm able to take out Crafter. I kept my guard alive just in case, and I actually felt that I was pretty much okay to go to face right here. And the reason why I said that I was okay to go in face right here is because I have Stormcloak Vanguard. If a creature comes out as prophecy, I can use Vanguard charging ability to charge ahead and trade, and then I'll get back a 5/5 that would turn into a guard once again. So I was just thinking about the possibility. So here we are with Giant Bat, and my opponent going to play some real smart move right here. Soul Tear. Level 5 into Giant Bat right away. I was looking through it if you're going to pick anybody else, but it has to be Giant Bat. He gains enough health, but on the field, I knew I already had enough. I have enough to win. So he definitely did a lot of damage, but I was like, you know what? I think I have enough that I don't feel like he's going to get another prophecy. And he finally does play the Enchanted Plate, so he was running them, but just didn't get them earlier. But it's just like so crazy that I was able to keep my Crafter alive the whole entire time, because it's just playing into the Enchanted Plate and Warden so well that I was able to do all this damage right here to go for that win. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Big here with the Untitled Game Show, and that has been my match for today. And just really one of the best matches I've had in the Elder Scrolls Legends. It's the matches like these that where you just feel like you should be winning, but then your opponent comes back and it's just a back and forth, and it's just so much fun. It goes so well, and it's such a blast, guys. I guess I will show. Oh yeah, I should show you guys the deck build right now in game, so you guys could see if you want to play this deck. So you know what? Hold on, guys. Let me open up Legends right now, and let's go in there. Let's go open up. Let's just add Legends on screen right now. So here we are, and I will go ahead and show you the deck build. So if you guys want to play this version of my all common deck, feel free to play it. It's fun nonetheless, man. If you play smart, it's a long run, but here it is, guys. So take a look. It definitely is based around East Empire Crafter. That's why I play Soul Tier. Soul Tier is usually either like East Empire Crafter or to get the Mammoth back from the graveyard to keep cards in your hand. You don't want to ever run out of cards. We're only running 3 actions. If you feel like it needs Crushing Blow or something else like that, feel free to use it. We're not playing too much into the warrior sense and being very aggro. I'm only taking a few cards from red, as you guys could clearly see. You can look at the stats right there. Actually, it's 39 cards that are endurance, not even 39 cards. We want the Org for the extra pop damage. We want Izel to get the item and stuff like that. We got Relentless Templar, only 2 of them, just if you need a little extra health. It's a card you can put out there, and you even could combo it with the 2 Mentor of the Watch. So Mentor of the Watch is a combo with stuff like Zealot and a Templar to turn them into guard if you just need them to their last grass effects to happen. So that's what I was thinking with that deck, and also it could work well with Windkeeper Spell Sword because it's just a good card to trail with. And Stormcore Vanguard, you guys clearly see what this card is there. It's not to go to face really. It's to just do a quick 1 damage. You maybe trade with a creature, and then once its effect goes ahead, it turns into Stormcloak Battalion, which East Empire Crafter will go ahead and make pretty strong. Now, why this deck, I feel like this deck actually works, is because plain and simple, for your opponent is either going to have to trade and kill this creature, or they're going to have to go ahead and silence it, and that means that they're going to have to be using like Cursed Spectre, or just using a regular, well actually I think that is the only way you could silence in all common. I think Cursed Spectre is the actual only way you could Cursed Spectre is the only silence ability you have in an all common deck, and I think that's just perfect because your odds are you're going to keep her effect in action. As long as you keep her in, you know, guarded up, you'll be pretty much safe. And I would just suggest, if you're going to be playing this deck, try to play her on turn 5, where you could get an instant combo of something like East Empire Crafter into Warden. If you could play them both together, it'll work out quite well for you. So if you could avoid playing it unless you are sure you could get the effect to happen, it'll work out best for you. Because if you get it on turn 5, then everything after that, like, you know, once you start playing the Mammoth and so on and so forth, it'll work out quite well. So early game, if you could keep you know, like the just trading ability from the lethal, keep Stormcloak Vanguard, keep Windkeeper Spell Sword, play those cards out, and you can even play Dark Guardian as well out early game just to defend yourself until you could get her value instantly. So, Biki here with the Untitled Game Show. Hope you guys liked that video today. I know it's not like a full deck build video. I know it's not like a full, you know, showcase of the whole entire run I had. Unfortunately, like I said, sorry guys, my audio settings were all messed up. But I had a lot of fun playing this in the Gauntlet Melee, all commons. I think it was a great Gauntlet Melee, and I can't wait for them to showcase more. I'll be back with more fun videos for show you guys soon. I mean, I'm stuttering, I'm messing up right now, but that's just how I am. When I have fun with a game like this, it's pure joy. I hope you guys have as much fun as I do playing this game. I really do. That's all I can say. I really, really do. Till next time, peace the heck out. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, I'm sure I'll get some dislikes. I know I'm a little all over the place, but the smile on my face means that I'm enjoying myself, and that's what you need to ask yourself for about a video game. Are you actually enjoying the game you're playing? And if you are, it's doing its job. Till next time, peace